So, welcome back to Monday Night Rollback. This is our first regular Monday Night Rollback after Backyard install. So, I'm Jumbo, known as Weirdling, and I'm here with Johnny, or Case of Chaos.
Also known as The Cock.
The Cock.
And he's always ready to rock.
So, after having the big event all sorted and just, had all the recordings ready, we're just ready to ease back into the regular Monday Night Rollbacks.
It's always enjoyable doing our semi-regular events.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
But now we have reached the point where obviously we had Green Palabard as the champion, and I'm not spoiling anything, but I think that we managed to pull the absolutely most exciting rollback that we had to date.
I'm really proud of that. It's after a bit upset last week. The games you're about to see will be a nice treat for you.
Oh yeah, it's definitely the most exciting we had up until this point. Also, we had the new patch with all the new, digital figure modes. So I had a bit of a fun just trying to get all the assets for this video. So
you've made some really nice assets, I've got to say.
Yeah, so I hope you all enjoy.
Well, let's get into our first game.
Yep. So first game of the evening, it's you.
Oh, me versus Green Palabard. After a spicy match last week, I went into this really pumped up, hungry for a victory.
I mean, if you could ever take the belt, it's the time when Fergus is champion, because obviously you and Green Palabard have been roughly on the same level since the very beginning.
Definitely.
So,
I would say I have lagged behind. Well, I did, but I've been catching up. So we'll just wait to see what happens here.
Well, really aggressive start. Also on the new map with the new patch, because representing.
Oh, the effects. Do we see any of the effects this match? They look amazing when you knock them through the wall.
I can't remember if you actually break the wall, but you will.
Yeah, just be working my way in, getting a good cut hit in. Palabard keeping me out again.
He's surprisingly in your face in the corner, which is very not like him.
I was actually so proud of him. Being really aggressive.
Yep.
Oh yes. I see. I don't know why I didn't run through straight away.
I was gonna say it didn't seem like you capitalized on it properly. Oh, eating the command grab.
I believe I was just I was trying. Yeah. Other than so brilliant punish, but sometimes I like to just hold off a bit, just to try and bait out an early grab from somebody.
That is the one punish that's quite signature to you is when you do your counter 2D, and then you get the kick combo into the super, usually into the Rollback.
I just feel so satisfied.
No, it is good, and it's really difficult to deal with if you get counter hit. Oh, nice red. Nah, okay.
And that's just a good leg up.
Well, this is quite an even play field for the first game.
Good hit from Green Palabard, keeping me out.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There's your signature combo stuffed by a bird.
And back at it again.
But nothing stops you from trying again. Oh, throwing the rinse in. Oh, into the grab. Okay. Oh, he got used to me parrying him as soon as he pulls me in, so now he's.
There was me too hungry to repay the favour for a grab. Really lets him punish me.
Oh, there we go. Back in range with 2D. Oh.
And let's see if this
is no, you dropped the pinball combo.
And once again with the DP.
Flying pressure. And he just runs in and grabs. The absolute disrespect.
I've got to say, he's really good at he's really good at dealing with my stagger pressure now.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a.
We're getting used to each other, week by week. Oh.
Also a good guess from Palabard. Slip around. Sneaking pressure up. Keeping
Oh, I
that.
can't believe he actually stopped you in the run through. Nice. But, yeah.
Maybe
Oh,
a
that's
bit
the
too
best.
respectful from me, but it ended up working in my favour. There's me trying to punish,
Oh.
should have thrown a kick.
Something that hits low. I think dust is probably the best option though.
Yes, you actually get a proper full combo off of it.
Oh, there we go, the pinball and more break.
It's just so satisfying.
Oh, what was the dust?
I'll be honest, mate, I have no idea. I believe I was just. I think I just wanted to go for the typical, dust. And
Oh,
dash dust.
the 2D, but.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So let's see if I can work my way in, and I do.
Nice. Oh, Gauntlet.
Nice, and once again, just right into my acting pressure.
It feels like most of the time he's not ready for you to run through.
Yeah.
So your run through is usually, it's fairly safe to assume that it's going to get him.
Yes, it's always best to mix it up just so you can continue making it, unpredictable.
That's game 1 for you. I mean, sorry, that's game 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm losing track. Nice.
One game each.
Yeah.
So let's see who gets the second game, third game,
Now you're getting it mixed up.
and right after I mock you for it.
Oh, what? That was a counter. Nice. Oh,
Good command grab.
Yeah, whenever you're like half screen away, you need to guess whether or not he's just going to poke you in the air or he's going to poke you on the ground. So you got lucky there. Nice conversion.
Fortunately, if you're ready with the block, he really doesn't push you back that far. So it's not something I struggle with personally.
Oh no, but if you want to jump in and you get his 6k, then it's definitely going to push you back. So you don't want to get hit in the air. Oh.
See, I should have thrown out an air punch him there. And I just grabbed because he was showing too much respect, being too scared, so why not go for it?
Nice. Oh, dodging the rainwater by being too close.
I think I'm showing a little too much respect here, but this is me in.
Oh, there's your pass. Oh, he burst straight away because he knows what's coming.
I didn't have meter rolls, so I wouldn't have got too much damage off it.
Oh.
Just him keeping it pressure, let's see.
No, you're inching in, that's good. Oh, okay.
I'm definitely there, I'm not feeling absolutely exhausted putting up with all this pressure.
Are you gonna get the pinball?
Oh, and I do.
You're going to. Oh, and you're going
Yeah.
for the super! Just because you need to style this shit.
Hey man, the full knockdown's worth it, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, if you actually capitalize on it, yeah.
Especially if your opponent can't react to the run through.
I mean, I'm never ready for the run through after a knockdown, so.
Like, I play Leo and I'm still never ready against the Leo run through. Good.
Oh, very good conversion. Oh, there's your. Oh, he burst through. Like as soon as he gets a counter 2D, he just goes for the burst if he can.
I think it's a good idea to try and get him to waste it, and because he missed, I'm going in for my counter. Can't capitalise, but
I think he went a bit too far to do the whole kick.
still lets me stay up in his face. Just nope. Feel my stagger pressure.
Come on, he's in the corner. This is your turn.
Yeah, I should. My problem is I don't grab anywhere near as much as I should in this game.
Yeah, I mean that's something to work on. Come on, can you actually take the game? Oh.
And I guess right from me knowing what he rainwater I believe it was.
Yeah, the rainwater is when he jumps back and hits him. Oh. into the full conversion of the pinball.
Oh, and a lovely wall burst about them is new.
That wall break is so satisfying. We need that on every single map we have.
I'm looking forward to see how they introduce stuff like that in future maps, or if we even do.
We don't know if we're getting maps next season. We just know there's no character. Oh!
This is no.
I mean, it was nice that you could still block it,
Yeah.
but it's a shame that you wasted half your meter on nothing.
I was unsure what would happen, so I decided just to try it out. You know, it helps me.
It
for future
goes to
games.
the intelligence bank.
And see, I should have just ran through straight away.
Yeah. Oh, pull in. Yep. That's good. Oh! Should have grabbed. Yep.
Grabbed or even just dusted straight away, would have got him out.
Oh, like that. And he bursts because he knows that you will get the full convert.
And I'm surprised I got this meat here, so I'm just going to take advantage of it.
Right, full pinball to the wall break. Oh, it's looking good. Oh, it's the sickle storm.
And
you block it because you're ready.
I like to feel like this is one of my signature techniques in this game, just baiting my own supers.
And then blocking them. Oh no!
But is this going to be the enemy? No. See, I should have been more aggressive there.
You just don't use air dash too often. Because if you air dashed in there, you would have been like in his face.
Yeah, air dash, kick, and I could have kept pressure up.
A single jump will not do against a full screen zone. That was almost good. Almost.
And I capitalise eventually.
Oh. Okay, keeping the
Yep,
pressure.
he was a bit
Oh, you
slow.
dropped it.
Oh, did I get in? No, I don't.
Oh, if only you didn't drop that.
Yep, that's still my burst. Use it.
Yeah, you run up and you respect him. Like you should just run up and press a button because
Ooh, like a do here.
Yeah,
See,
like
I feel like it's a problem with my progression in the game. When I first started, I was this stereotypical unga bunga, press all the buttons. But then I did learn I'd learnt a bit of self-control, but in a way I've learnt too much.
Well, you this is probably the closest you have ever got to actually like take the belt or at least challenge the belt. So yeah, I mean, you definitely have the capability of getting there. It's just like in the last game, you were respecting him way too much.
Definitely.
In situations where you should have just pressed the button.
There was a few times when I made some silly drops, but I just need to just find some time just to grind out online as Leo, just get those combos back in my my muscle memory.
I mean, even if you do have them in muscle memory, like I drop combos that I shouldn't drop just because when I do a half circle, it ends up being just like 5/8 of a circle, and it's just like not quite what I was looking for. So yeah, it's just.
I suppose it happens to the best of us, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I would not say that I'm the best of us, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you're almost up there with Jamie, but I meant just like players in general. Like even the pros will drop their inputs.
Oh yeah, not as frequently as us, but yeah.
Well, do you want to get into the second game?
Yeah, let's see who's next.
Here it is, game 2. It's yourself versus Green Palabard.
And it's also like, if you look at the order, it's not what we usually get with the champions, because usually the champion goes in reverse order of what we had last week. But when Green Palabard decided to take me on second, he was just looking at me saying like, I'm fairly sure I could defeat you. And I was like, right, so if you get into the match with that mindset, that gives me like a tremendous advantage because he's already thinking he has this in the bag.
He's overconfident.
Yeah, so I was trying to capitalize on his overconfidence. So you will see my approach in the game based on that one statement that he had just before that.
Out of all the playstyles, Axel needs to be cautious and careful.
Oh yeah, he's always cautious and careful. There's no problem with that. It's just I lost to him 3-0 last week.
So you are hungry for this event.
So I'm doing my best to try and show him that you know, it's not that easy to get rid of me.
Well, right now it seems quite even. See if we can.
Getting the forward pressure into the red room
And already off to a good start. Let's see if we can finish this off.
oh, is the single storm 5 back.
And he misses. Nice. Oh,
I was ready for the sickle storm, but I didn't want to parry it because there have been like occasions recently where I just completely eat it even though I have my intentions to parry it.
and you miss your Anson. Oh, the second time's a
no.
charm.
Yes, you can only miss so many answers.
Trying to. Strange choice of opening from yourself, but
It works when it's not against the zoner, but I keep forgetting the green Palvar tends to just jump away. Oh no, I was not ready for the kick.
taking a quite hefty early lead. Let's see if you can bring it back with your magic pixel.
Nope, not this time. This is what happens if I let him get me to full screen.
Out of all characters to have a pixel left of health, it's always the most painful against Axel.
Oh yeah, because you know he has more opportunities to just absolutely demolish you for full screen. It's kind of like Happy Chaos, but a bit less annoying.
You've got your rope on. Let's see if you can capitalise.
It's off now.
Nope. But right back in now, as you should be.
Oh, he's so good at finding the gaps. I should parry more.
Nice gun, my friend.
Yeah, I got the gun this time. And the kill. So, yeah, I got the first game. Again, in my head, it's like, you said that you're fairly sure you can beat me. So I'm going to use that confidence to turn it against you.
Compared to last week, he doesn't seem as aggressive, at least.
My logic, because what has happened last week is that he got me a 3-0. And I think the reason for that is because I was on the player 2 side. And it looks like if I start on the player 2 side, I have like a significant disadvantage. And I'm not sure why, but it seems to be the case.
That is a documented thing for a lot of players. Do you feel like you just play on the player 1 side a lot when you're training?
I mean, in training I try to mix it up.
I feel like as a Leo, because I'm always doing my back, I'm always dashing through people. It doesn't affect me at all, really.
Oh yeah, because you... And also most of your stuff is charging puts anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, like a lot of, there's a few quarter circle motions.
Oh yeah, I didn't say all of them, I said a lot of them.
Yeah, good Rio's Anson getting through.
Oh yes, the combo conversion into the super to the wall break.
Some reasonable damage from you. And he baited the super off you this time.
Yeah, that was not on purpose. That was meant to be a answer, but didn't come out.
Let's see if you can make your way back in.
Right, that's game 2 in the bag.
Let's see if you're going to completely whitewash Green Palabard.
Let's see if I can give that 3-0 back to him from last week.
So going into this third game, you must have been pumped up.
Oh no, I just wanted to make sure that I can beat him. I wasn't like trying to do anything fancy.
No, I like that. Keeping the ego out of it, just going in just for the thrill. Just
It was all about just him saying that he's, you know, he thinks that he can beat me quite easily. That's when I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna do my regular stuff and see how it works. It's the gun.
Getting caught out by the gun, surprisingly.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that to hit, but when it did, I was like, oh, neat. Well, I still get beaten. What a shame.
Oh. Strange opening from the 2 used, but
Oh, that's
you get in.
just my regular pressure there.
keeping you out.
Full screen again. Exactly where I don't want to be.
Oh!
Every
failed
time I
parry.
whiff a parry. Oh no, that's gonna get hit.
No pogo bullshit from you, surprisingly.
He's usually ready for it. He actually has a button that beats it, so I'm trying to use it sparingly.
Oh, it's clinch time.
Oh.
Oh, you left just a pixel.
That was a lucky trade.
And let's start from you getting your pressure in. Both showing respect, surprisingly.
Not with that one. Oh, he pressed the button.
And he's going to. Is
That's
this a
wall
kill?
break? I think it's a kill. Oh no!
Oh.
Oh no! Because the tether. Fuck. There we go.
That's game 3.
Yay! I actually managed to get the freehold back. My dignity is restored. Yes.
So tell me, on the day, did it taste good? No matter you got your vengeance.
I mean, I really just wanted to get the belt, and I thought that it was if I'm going to get the belt, like GPB is going to be the person that I could get it from, because I really struggle with Potemkin, but Axel is like something that I can maneuver with.
It was quite an upset last week, seeing how because nobody expected Green Palabard to win, but well done to him anyway. But I think it's the same with all of us. We all deal with Fergus's gameplay much better.
Nobody expected him to win, but I did actually want him to win. That's not why I lost to him. Yes. I lost to him because he beat me fair and square, but I actually wanted him to win just so I could have somebody on the throne for the first time. And it's always a nice thing to have that happen on a big event.
As proud as we are for Jamie doing so well and winning, what is it, 10 weeks in a row?
Yes.
It
half of the lifetime of this entire thing.
Well done to Green Palabard for getting it 1 week. Now let's see if you can claim it.
Well, we're going to see. So let's see who's next. There we go, game 3. It's Senpuu Red Sun against Green Palabard. Well, let's see how different it is from you.
Well, from what I've been told, Senpuu is a much better with aggression. So we'll see if that pays off. But with against Axel, you can only really be super aggressive.
I mean, yeah. Although whenever I play against Senpuu, he's usually just like crouching in the corner blocking.
Ah yes, reasonable bacon pressure.
Oh, starting off with a counter.
And keep him out.
Oh, jumping the command grab. Nice. Full of pressure.
I believe that was supposed to be a DP there, but
usually jump heavies are DPs. At least from what I can tell. Oh, straight into the bundle.
It's a strong start from Palabard coming.
Oh, he's really
back.
Oh, he's absolutely controlling the flow.
And
oh, time stop. And an Axel as a finish. That is style.
And this coming from, and we see this from a competitor that used to complain about inputs.
Oh yeah. If you can do Axel Bomber, then you can just shut the fuck up.
Well, no, let's be nice. I'm proud of him for being able to do that.
No, my point is that his execution is not as bad as he makes it out to be.
Yeah. It's the wrong things fighting games. You just need to practice.
Oh yeah.
We can all do it eventually.
Oh.
And is this Senpuu's opening?
Oh, he gets bursted. Oh, and he has the gold burst for no reason.
But he somehow managed to live through that barrage.
Oh, you can only get away with a magic pixel for so long against the zone. Ah, well done GPB. Oh, classic start.
Nothing. Oh, First good start by
into the
Senpuu.
grab, nice. Oh, he got the gold burst. That is unfortunate.
Let's see if you can capitalise on this advantage.
Oh, so far. Oh, run up and grab! Absolute disrespect.
Oh, counter grab! But
He also stopped the DP with that grab, by the way.
oh, nice.
Oh,
And it looks like it's Senpuu's game.
Senpuu got so offended that he decided to just absolutely wreck him in return.
He just had enough of this.
How dare you grab my DP? You will pay for this, peasant!
Now it looks like it's Senpuu that's paying here, being zoned out.
Yeah. What's a king to a zoner?
So it looks like the king's nothing, but is he? Oh, he's getting in.
Nice, he jumped. Oh, red. Oh, sorry, yellow.
And
into
a
the
DP. Nice.
Okay.
So again, a
that,
strange pull out from the pressure there,
yeah. Oh, he's in.
and a meaty knee to the face. Nice.
Meat to meat the face. That needs to be a move.
Meat knee.
Oh. It's a shame when you get a counter, but you also get hit by the zoner stuff, so you get like proper at least half screen away,
Yeah.
so you cannot really follow up on it.
It doesn't feel like the damage is worth it, and Green Palabart fails to capitalise on the missed DP.
Oh, that's with the rainbow trap. Oh, the 6K is one of the most infuriating moves from Axel because you just want to get in, and it's like,
Nope.
no. It's the hardest no in the game.
Let's see if he does it again. I know cancelling out a back turn stance.
Oh, into the runway cancel uppercut. Nice. That is Senpuu to even the score. Nice. That is game 3.
And ooh, a dash forwards. Low slash.
That was just a bread and butter like pressure in the face.
It's not often you see Palabart just not throw a button out.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, they had the same idea. I can tell. The Palabart was
It's just
quicker.
a tad quicker.
Oh, there we go.
Oh,
Rainbow trap, Benson.
and just kept out, man.
It's so annoying when Axel can actually pull you in on his own terms, because then by the end of it, you're gonna get on to full screen back again.
It's extra infuriating knowing that I'm only got in because I was allowed to get in.
Oh yeah. He graced you with your opportunity to get in.
Just to knock you right back out right afterwards. Again, just being zoned out.
Oh, there's some nice blocking into the grab. Oh! No command grab for you. Sequel store.
Leo's command grab is just so slow that you really need the fear in your opponent for that to work.
Oh yeah, that just you need to condition.
And
Oh,
game for
oh, that's a rocket launch if I've ever seen one.
the perfect angle for it. Sequel shot.
Oh, that was a good clash.
A rare instance of zoning working against Palabart there, the fireball.
Oh.
And does he get him with kick? Yes, he does. Back into back turn
Oh.
and a lovely parry.
Breaking the wall.
Breaking the wall, breaking the wall.
That's exactly what I was thinking as well. I didn't want to start singing, but that's what I had in mind. That is game 3 going to Senpuu. Can he actually dethrone the champion? Well, I've already done it, but can he also do it?
Can he be in the running to claim for himself? Let's see. Again, good defense from Senpuu.
Getting some double jumps.
Oh, but it's knocked right back out.
Oh,
Lovely
okay.
DP.
That actually gets beaten by the DP. That's good to know.
Damn, it's almost like he's mind reading, just jumping over everything.
Oh, into the grab. Nice. Okay.
Tech
Oh,
Oh,
that was a good glue. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but I think it was meant to be yellow. That's my guess, because GPB tends to go for the yellow.
well, either way, it still works.
No, it did work.
And clinched him behind.
It would have been a yellow if Senpuu didn't go for the parry.
That's him back in. Oh, another lovely grab. But fails to capitalize any decent pressure.
Nice. Oh,
Oh, does he?
that was a fairly decent escape from the punish for the DP. that was almost in.
Power Joyce and Ballard going for the same option twice. And what was that? 3 grabs.
Oh, this.
Oh,
it is parry.
Lovely.
I was certain that he was kicking, or maybe he just recovered by that time.
And lovely DP. This pulls out from stagger pressure, but
That's a
doesn't
bit.
work well.
The 2K is just the worst. I can feel the frustration just by looking at it.
Yeah, it feels
Oh,
like
sorry, it's
almost
a
everything Axel does is so quick.
That's a 6K, so but his 2K is also really annoying.
Whatever it is, it's still absolute bullshit.
Yeah, but at least he's fair, because once you're in, he doesn't really have the tools.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You just want to get in. Oh.
And let's see if Senpuu can get in and just. Yeah.
Oh, he got it. Nice. So, he's through. He's gonna be facing me for the belt soon enough.
I wonder what happened. Like from last week, everybody must just be prepared to study up the Axel matchup.
I mean,
Well, the two of you, I should say.
well, it's just well, so what happened last week is that Palabard beat Reinart, and I also beat Reinart, so we faced off. So nobody actually had to fight Palabard apart from me.
Ah.
So everybody else who's fighting Palabard now, and by everybody else I mean the whole thing, like, you know, all of us are fighting him now. It means that he actually needs to face other people rather than just Reinhardt. So
you're the only one he's really.
I'm the only one
experienced
who's
with.
facing him again
Ah.
after last week. But yeah, I got my revenge, and it seems that Senpuu is also through.
Well, let's see if Jamie can pull it off as well.
Let's see, Mr. Reinhardt.
Here it is, match 4. The current reigning champion versus the Beast himself.
Well, he's no longer the beast because he has been dethroned.
Will he reclaim that title?
Well, hopefully not.
At least not for 10 weeks.
Oh no, the beast is given after 5. So let's just hope that it doesn't happen again.
Contact. That's what I like to see.
It's still like weird that how this matchup should be in GPB's favor.
Well, that's
But
just.
Reinhardt is just, he knows that he just needs to get like one mistake, and then it's all down to just like a single bust or a single heavenly or some combination of the two.
I feel like this speaks just to Reinhardt's just general experience when it comes to fighting games. Because before this, what was it? He had 2 years of experience in DBZ fighters.
Oh yeah, but nobody really plays like Potemkin in that game.
True, but it's just having those extra years it just helps you. It just increases your intelligence for just general fighting gameplay.
Oh yeah, like I'm not trying to discredit anything he does, even though he needs to do less reads than the rest of us, because you make one mistake and at least half your health is done.
In all fairness, he is just really good at getting moves off anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say he has a good Potemkin, because all the Potemkins I'm facing, even on Celestial floor, are like annoying, but they don't mix up their stuff as much as he does.
Are we talking Mega Fusto?
I mean,
Mega
he's literally spamming Mega Fist right now, but
yeah.
Like other than that, he's actually using different buttons. Oh,
and he gets caught out.
That's how you punish the Mega Fist. Oh.
So I think it's safe to say going into this game, I think everybody had mixed feelings. Like, do we really want Reinart to become the beast again?
Oh no, we don't.
But at the same time, it's always nice to see the champ dethroned.
I mean, that's the whole point of VGF. It would be nice if it was always somebody else who's the champion, because that would mean that we have reached the point of a level playing field.
Don't worry, I will climb this belt one day.
We're still waiting. Slide head.
Oh.
He reads the jump,
And
which doesn't happen.
And gets destroyed, but
A good old Mega Fist.
Carabuster.
The buster that we needed. And Heat Knuckle, yeah, to the wall break.
And I believe this is it, yes.
The classic script. That's just how Reinart works.
Yet we all keep falling for it.
I mean, you only need to fall for the first one and then you just watch the show. You have plenty of time to reflect on your mistake once you get into the blender.
There's nothing more soul crushing than a Heat Knuckle.
It's not just the Heat Knuckle, it's the lead up to the Heat Knuckle. Because it's usually Buster and then Buster gets Roman cancelled, then you get a combo and then Heat Knuckle. Oh!
Another great super punish.
I think in the rollback that you and Jamie have done, like he's been complaining how he's been eating all the sickle storm, and he's not eating all the sickle storms, but he's still eating the sickle storm.
A far higher proportion of sickle storms than most people in the BGA.
It's just sickle storm.
The absolute patience you must have to get in, as an actual without an air, without any buttons that push you forward.
I mean, he can do hammer fall.
True, but it's kind of it's a riskier move.
I mean, yeah, Renson does beat hammer fall. Oh, and then the heavenly didn't connect.
Can he make his way back in? No.
No, not yet. Okay, that's GPV just getting the equalizer.
He's pretty cool, right?
More secret weapon. Oh, slide head.
And back in the corner against the grappler. Oh no, he doesn't get out.
He's so good at just grabbing you when you land next to him. It's actually infuriating, because usually when it happens to me online or just like playing against anyone, I usually still have the advantage of like trying to press a button, but with Reinart you land and you get grabbed. There's no question.
Hey man, he's a grappler. It's just right in his mind.
And that's a sickle storm he didn't eat, giving him the ramp.
Oh, amazing read from Reinart. And right in. Oh, Carabuster on wake up, on his wake up.
Oh, Mega Fist. Mega Fist.
And he...
Oh, the burst.
Going for a flick.
Almost timed it right, not quite. It feels like his timing of the flick is like the same as my timing of the parry. It needs to be really specific. That is Reinart taking.
It
game
feels
2.
like as a projectile, even though it doesn't look like it, it's just one of the fastest in the game. And
that
good
was-
flick this time.
Oh, the armor. That's the other thing. Like, you just completely need to change your game plan because that armor just blocks most of your approaches if you catch him. So, and then it's just it blows up in your face.
If you can read it and you have a fireball that hits twice, that will just beat it. Keep in mind.
Oh, that's a Senpuu stone he's gonna eat. Nice.
Oh no, and another game for Palabard.
Balbot is just rocking it. I mean, this is nowhere near as one-sided as some of the weeks we have had. So.
Like even though it was a blowout, you versus Palabard, he's still on peak performance, I'd say.
Oh yeah, he's not really rustled by just getting beaten by a single person or two people at this point. Oh, that was a mistake.
Honestly, surprised we didn't see the grab from Reinart.
Yeah, I was certain it was going to be a buster, but it wasn't. Oh, yellow. Oh, nice 16. Oh, he was actually baiting the flick. That was so good.
And it's paying off for him. Let's see if Reinart's getting in.
Oh, well, he is, but not on his own terms.
Oh,
Oh, if that flick worked. If only that flick worked. That
see,
is-
even getting one time on that low health.
Oh, it's down to game 5. I did say that this is the most exciting gauntlet we have had so far. It's because of situations like this.
Come fall. Oh, once again, just cannot get the flex off.
Now he understands my pain. Because those flicks are exactly how my parries are. You either miss them and you get absolutely blown up, or you get them.
Oh, there's a good flick there, and doesn't pay off.
Oh wait, which one? Oh right, okay.
Oh.
It just didn't connect. And Buster. And
Okay.
obviously, like this is why I say that Potemkin is like, you just need to get one good read or good situation, and the game is yours.
That was one mistake from Palabard, and then that reasonable damage came from it.
Yeah. Counter hit first. Oh, he was ready for the ransom, but the ransom didn't come. Oh, it's the 6k again. I can.
Oh, the command grab,
Yeah. Oh,
And-
and this time stop. Yeah.
and he,
Oh, not a very good one, but
he got a singular hit off it. Better than nothing, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, better than just losing the install. Oh. Oh, that was good.
Oh,
Oh no.
is it looking like
he was crouch blocking. Oh, what a shame. So looks like Reinart is back in the mix.
almost Palabard almost had it, but Reinart just made once again his famous great reads.
I mean, this is one of those situations where we have 3 people facing off to get the belt, which hasn't been the case for over 10 weeks. I mean, this is good stuff. It's always exciting when it's like so many people having to do the second stage, where it's like, okay, the belt is definitely like up for debate at this point.
It feels like our own little mini bracket.
I mean, it is. Where it's just like you need to face the other two, and then it's like, okay, so it's when the whole like calculations come in. It's like, okay, if I beat you, but then the other person beats me, then you two, like, what the situation has to be for this to work in my favor. So it's just like, as not mind games is not the right word, but it's like it's kind of like it's a calculation of how you can actually get to the belt. But yeah,
it's always thrilling seeing like who do you want to do better than the other person?
Oh yeah, it's always clearly my worst matchup would be Reinart, because I just some days I can easily read him, but most of the time he absolutely demolishes me. And I think I just got lucky last week, because I just got all the reads I needed. So we'll see how it turns out this time.
Nice. Well, shall we get into the next game?
Yeah, let's see the face-offs. So coming down to the face-offs.
Oh, yourself versus Reinart.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. I never actually look forward to this, because I just don't play him enough. Like everybody, like all of us do some sparring in our spare time. That's why
talking about sparring.
Yeah.
It is still fun to spar against Reinart. It's just
it would be fun to spar against him. It's just like he's never online, so we never get to do it.
Yeah.
So also I'm just I was still in the mindset that I just got GPB done. So now I need to switch my brain to a completely different game, where it's like I need to be really close, and I also need to.
Well, there's still a lot of zoning that Potemkin can do, so you need to be ready for it.
Oh, it's not the zoning I'm worried about. It's the Buster and the Heat Knuckle and the Mega Fist.
Yeah,
I just got everything I didn't want in the last 10 seconds.
That's the thing against Potemkin. It just feels like when he wants you out, you're staying out, but when he wants in, it's like you have no choice no matter.
Oh, I actually managed to parry
A
that.
lovely parry.
I didn't remember this. Nice.
Nice.
I surprised myself. Oh,
but very.
and if you get one Mega Fist, you get a second one. Luckily the armor doesn't stop this, which is great. I was waiting for the wall because now he has the meter. So he goes for the heavenly, which I can actually.
Now does he end up using this last bit of meter?
Here's the that was my problem. Like once I get the tether, if he jumps, I need to completely change my game plan, especially if it's a Mega Fist, because then it's just completely out the window.
It looks so funny seeing the tether physics after he does Mega Fist. It just goes everywhere.
It's not funny for me. And there we go. I land and he grabs me straight away. That is the signature bullshit of Reinart.
Oh, a clap into Heat Knuckle.
Yeah, 6 feet Heat Knuckle, classic anti stuff.
And a parade.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't get the Heat Knuckle for some reason.
Ooh.
I get absolutely flicked.
It looked like you are too hungry to get in.
Well, I need to. If I don't get in, then I'm done.
True.
Because if I let him approach, then it's a problem. Because everything he does is armor.
Nice dodge.
Escaping the Buster. Get hit by the full screen fist.
Let's see if you can make a cool hammer. And
Even if it's a trade,
just with the sheer amount of health he has, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Oh, he was dancing. I would say nothing beats that, but there's plenty to be. Oh, and I'm going for parry, obviously. Oh, that's
nice parry, bro, but not close enough to use it properly.
Yeah, far parry is never great. It's not bad, but it just puts us back to neutral.
And oof.
For the reasonable damage. Oh, I'm so glad I jumped there.
He's calling you out, bro. Backwards Mega Fist.
Yeah,
Do you get your super off? Nice. Yeah. Wall break? Nice.
Yeah, but he has full meter and he's gonna do the wall.
Forever.
Which I'm ready for.
No, you're not.
No, I was. You could see that I was parrying, but I did it too early, so I just got
right.
absolutely demolished by it. so I knew it was coming.
It's like, how do you even practice something like that?
I mean, you don't. It's just something that you need to guess, right?
And alright, nice. Good dodge from the Buster.
Yep. And that's my new combo. I just do my regular bread and butter and then just end with a super. Very advanced, nobody ever does it.
Hey man, if it works and it's optimal, then just go for it.
Pogo bullshit, but he's
Got
ready
denied,
to go.
and he misses once again with Heavenly.
I get the gun. I'm trying everything in my power to get anything in.
Just wanting to stay plus frame.
Yes.
And
Oh, still missing it.
second one of the match. Second miss.
Oh, there we go.
Nice, you're dancing.
Oh, even though this has happened to me before, I couldn't remember this match, so it is just as exciting as if I was playing it right now. Oh.
Has he ever been able to clap the the cannon fire?
Yes, he just done it.
Nice.
Oh. And I didn't get the kabari. This is what happens. Like, this is not me not trying to get it out. It's just me messing up the half circle. Oh,
Oh yeah, getting a good super punish now.
is it?
Keeping pressure.
I was
and-
waiting for the wall. As you can see, I was running up with the fairy. I was ready for the wall. He was not doing it.
Let's see, he gets in a wall now. Do you crumble underneath?
It's usually not the wall that messes me up. It's usually everything else that comes behind it.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh no, Yuki. And do you punish properly? No.
No, because blue RC and then just hits me. If he didn't do the blue RC, this would have been my game. At least my round. So yeah, that's me
No.
getting a 3-0. So my theory on this one is that I'm just really bad at the player 2 position.
What I'm going to say here is it was a 3-0,
Yes.
but most of those matches were quite close.
Yeah, but that's my point. So last week when I was playing him, he was player 2 and I was player 1. And as I was player 1 against GPB, you could see that I could beat him. So I think my problem is the side. So I'm going to have to practice on the player 2 side.
That's a common problem with a lot of fighting game players.
Yeah, I just don't want that to be a problem with me specifically.
Yes.
Because I don't want to be the bad player 2. I want to be, well,
You
At
want to
least
be
the
the player.
I want to be a semi-decent player
Yeah.
2 at least.
No, I like that attitude. You're striving to be better.
Oh yes, almost. I think at this point I'm almost past 750 hours.
750.
Yes.
Nice.
So, yes, I'm putting my time in.
Yeah.
Right. So after losing to Reinart, we decided that the best way to do the 3-player face-off is that the loser stays on, so the next person, you know, like, so if the winner were to stay on and they win again, that means that,
Better of a champion.
yeah, it's just like there's no reason to do the third round.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
this is why we decided to go with the loser stays on, next person comes on. So whichever way it goes, it still goes to the third round. So are you ready for the the next one?
Yes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Here it is, face-off match number 2. Senpuu versus yourself.
Yes.
How did you feel going into this?
I mean, I was already beaten by Reinart, so I was like, okay, so if I win this one and then he beats Reinart, then it might actually be something interesting. So, yeah, we've been sparring a lot just before this. So
Double-edged sword, but you know his stuff, but he knows you.
it's funny because usually when it's just the two of us and we play together, it tends to be like really balanced. So we usually go like 50-50 like at all times.
You know, it looks like now, but it's like Senpu's taking an early lead, and he's got you against the wall.
Yeah, look. Tether.
So you're just keeping your pressure up, keeping on right.
Oh, that's I fucking love the whip grab and the whip parry at the same time. It's just like we can both reflect on our mistake.
It's almost as glorious as a parry rolls.
Almost.
Oh, punish him.
Grab this, you filthy casual. Oh, it is very close. Oh.
Eisenstar. See if you can kill the game. Oh no, you still winning.
Oh, I was panicking there because I wasn't expecting that to hit.
It's got a very big range on it.
Very too early. Very too early again.
Stagger pressure is very important against you. With how parry heavy you are.
Yeah, you just need to delay your stuff and I'm dead. But once you don't delay your stuff, then that's it for you. Pogo bullshit.
The layers of mind you just keep building up.
I don't like that all of us collectively started playing Jailer because now everybody's using 6P like a savant. God.
I like to consider it the Hungarian style.
Oh yeah.
6P all the time.
The classic Hungarians. When we were raiding Europe, we were just 6Ping everybody in the ass.
Hey bro, how did you get that land? 6P.
Yeah, like bow and arrow from horses. Yeah, that shit can go. It's all about the 6P.
That looks like
Oh, with Rev. I'm getting the absolute basic punish. Oh,
and do you capitalise? Yes, you do.
Oh, I was lucky because he crossed me up as well, so now I can just smack him against the wall for the reasonable damage.
Well, you did have to spend one red Roman to get that damage.
I mean, that's a fair trade.
And this here, I believe, is your...
Yeah, he was coming in for that. So I was clean to do the super.
Some surprisingly long games of strife against you two. Both your defences are just on point.
I try to be better at just blocking stuff, but I enjoy applying pressure and then defending when I have to. But you guys know that.
That's the essence of a parry character, pretty much. You think you have a chance? No, it's not your turn yet.
I mean, I could just wait for you to come in and press a button and then parry, but I also like to attack. I like to keep you guessing.
I can't ever imagine you just hanging back and doing nothing in a match.
No.
And does he get the wall break? No, he doesn't.
I'm a proactive player.
Yeah, new bike and Deathlight rewards proactive this time. And
Oh, thank fuck I had the meter for that.
good reactions, but let's see if it was worth burning all that meter. And yes, it was.
Yes, because the parry is life. I just love 6K, it's such an awkward kick. But it's closing the distance, so I can actually throw straight after, which is great.
It's not quite Leo's 2D, but it's still right. And
The art of not pressing a button. It beats the DP into the pogo bush and all splash wall break. Nice. Very satisfaction. And I catch the backdash with the gun.
and just Darryl in the back there, just disappointed with Weirdling's, I'm sorry, Senpu's performance.
Maybe with mine as well, I don't know. Daryl is hard to please.
He expects more from a fellow king.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Viking is nothing but a vagabond.
She's a vulgar samurai of the most vulgar level, but that's how the song goes.
Something like that, not quite. Oh, Zaperi. 6p, obviously 6p. It's always the 6p. Grab this, you filthy casual.
I want to say through his matches you've punished that grab the same way at least twice more.
I'm just getting better with the wake up super because I buffer the input and I'm waiting for the opponent to press the button, and when they do, I just finish my input. Good old 2H.
So much, just so long.
Yes.
Oh, and that's him punching the grab now.
Every time I see a back turn coming towards me when I'm on the ground, I'm like, do I do something or do I just wait for him to do the parry? But then if he doesn't do the parry, I get absolutely blown up. So I really don't know how to deal with that.
Oh, does he get rest me off him? Full rest, let's see what happens. And yes. Maybe not.
Oh,
And the third DP.
it's always the DP.
I just feel so good today.
I know. It's the same as your Ansem, but better.
I'd kind of compare it more to your parry because it's like, yeah, I'm being up in your face, but it's a very good defensive tool.
Well, I mean, you would probably use it in situations where I would use the parry, so I give you that, but in terms of mechanics, it's completely different.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see whose defense crumples first.
I'm just keeping my footsie range so it doesn't really have an approach unless he uses a slow button. That's the game plan here. He actually manages to grab me.
And
That
I
was too
think
early.
he's blocking here.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
too early.
Does he get a good punish off?
Of course.
Amazing. So let's see if Senpuu brings us back.
Yep.
Just some delicate footsie work between you two. And you've got your
really
tether.
said it. Yep. Straight into the DP. As you should.
Oh,
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't press a button, but then I do. I do it again.
it must hurt the parry character and get parried.
It's the same as getting grabbed as a Potemkin. But
And-
here I am.
You've got your revenge. Parry into blue. Blue.
Total bullshit. Oh, he was ready. And I get the upper.
Oh, catch you with the low attack. And then the 6B. Can he keep the pressure up? Yes, he can.
Oh, tether again.
He's getting more off his tether than you are.
That's usually what happens. The way biking is designed is that you actually need to work for the stuff that you can do in that. But obviously nobody else was designed with that in mind, so the majority of the characters can just pull some really simple stuff that will do like crazy damage because it constantly pulls the opponent back.
A community favourite would be slash heavy slash slash heavy slash.
Oh no.
And needs to quick up too far. Oh, misses and put.
Oh, the good double parry. Nothing beats that.
Let's see if you can take this win and get into the finals. Get your rematch against Reinart. It looks like you're in your favour so far, but still anyone's game.
Yep.
Ah yes, reasonable damage.
Oh, the satisfying wall break.
And I believe he's going to block this. See if we can make this work. Nice. And
Every time. There's the super.
And he didn't even have the resources. Do you think he'd have the resources to faultless up the whole map?
I think he was still like mid-air or something, so yeah, so that was...
But yeah,
Yeah.
you're in for a rematch against Reinart.
Well, I'm not gonna get a rematch. It's Senpuu playing off with Reinart and
Oh,
see
my
what
apologies.
happens. So, if he were to defeat Reinart at this point, then it would come down to the actual round wins that we had.
I understand.
But if Reinart beats him, then Reinart is the champion, and then, you know, that's it. So, that's what it comes down to, which is exciting, because I don't want Reinart to be the champion again!
I don't mind as long as it's not for 10 weeks.
Well, yeah, but if he is the champion, that we're all going to have to fight him, which means that everybody needs to defeat him rather than somebody else, and then face him off. Yeah, it's just... I mean, it's better odds, but it's still annoying.
Well, let's get into the next match. See ya.
So, down to the final match of the evening. It is Senpuu versus Reinart.
Ah yes, Samurai Shodown.
So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be the deciding match. Like, if Senpuu were to win this, then we would have to check the individual game wins and round wins. But if Reinart takes it, then he is the champion once more. And the rest of us are just like the underdogs.
A convoluted system, but it works.
I mean, it's not that difficult, it's just, you know, it's necessary.
Like if we do start to include more and more people, then we can have proper pools.
But not quite there yet. Standard pressure from both sides. Nothing we haven't seen yet.
Both just keeping each other right.
just keeping distance, doing footsies.
Oh, good DP from Senpuu.
To the wall break. To the actual wall break.
That's quite out of character for Reinart missing a first.
That's his new signature thing. Oh.
And the whiff grabs also a signature VGF technique.
Is he falling from grace, eating the parry? Oh, that was good. Parrying the slide hit.
And this should be a wall break. Nice. Does he use the state? And denied the perfect. Let's see if Senpuu can still win this.
Oh!
Nice read.
That is
Sheer pain when it happens to you. Just
yeah. Just look at the damage. Oh, and he does the row super.
maybe it was frustration or desperation, but got lost in the game either way.
That is such a robbery. If that happened to me,
That's just
I would be saying words that you guys don't understand.
You need to save them. I need to study up on my foreign swear words.
Oh, that parry was too early. Blocking the dust, which is nice. He's much better at flicking this because it's just such a slow moving projectile. Whereas the Rensen is like almost instant.
And then for one sec, that's Senpuu calling Reinart out. Reinart. And he misses the booty slam.
too slow.
And
Zabuster.
that's it.
That is game 1 to Reinart.
Very back and forwards. The rest of these matches could go any way.
Mankind knew that they duel one.
So here we go, game 3.
And denied for him.
No run through for you. I wish I was this patient after blocking my Oh, nice. DP, back with it. Flick.
But he's
So
right back in there.
Senpuu doesn't give up. Oh, that was some patience.
And the blue to get in. He looks like it's worked out.
Not quite perfect, but slight hand. Oh,
he calls it
another
again.
heavenly. Oh,
Senpuu loves his air pressure, and Reinart knows that.
yeah, and Reinart likes to go up in the air to alleviate that pressure.
And
Oh no.
Buster.
Blocking a DP to Buster is probably the most cost-effective way of killing a Leo for a Potemkin.
It's just not nice to see because it's like missing your party. There's just so many frames of regret.
Yes. Oh. Ugly slap. That is.
So, do you think we're going to see? Are we going to see the Beast return?
Well, I hope not.
Because if this performance is any indication, then well, then we better get practicing hard.
Well, it's pretty even up until this point. Also, I just don't want to. I don't want to have another gauntlet where it's just like all of us facing Reinart and then all of us getting beaten by Reinart and then it's just rinse and repeat for weeks. And I'm not having it.
We better up our game.
Well, I'm just gonna have to beat him. If that happens, obviously.
There are no options. I must beat him.
I would rather face a Leo on the top for a change.
Eventually, I shall give you that.
Well, another heavenly!
Yep.
This is utter bullshit at this point. Like, he has pulled 3 heavenlies. And this one's not a kill, but the other 2 were.
And just a panic move from Senpuu and
Oh, he cancels.
nice.
And then he takes the round.
Death by chip.
Like an actual Chad. Okay.
Alright.
Ruda.
And in return,
Shardar
Shardar gets barged in the shoulder and grabbed.
Oh, nice. Too far for the Buster. I don't think he can ever run through without Reinart grabbing him.
Reinart's just so used to lose bullshit.
Yeah, but if I try to cross him up, I get grabbed as well. So there's absolutely no way to just cross him up unpunished. It's almost like he has a script.
In all fairness, he's played that many games against me and Senpuu.
Oh, nice.
Is there going to be a robbery on him?
Oh,
No, yeah.
oh, nice gold burst. Come on. Oh, there we go.
yeah.
That is
That's
a ball break.
Yeah,
That's a rocket launch.
he's
Nice.
blasting off again.
As I said, this is the most exciting gauntlet we have had to date.
It certainly is nail biting watching this back. Yeah, good defense from Reinart.
Senpuu doesn't give up, he just spams the projectile like his own.
Being a double hitting a projectile at hard counters.
Oh, what?
It's on point with the grabs.
You see, this is something, and it's another heaven, of course.
He blew counters into it as well.
I don't know how to deal with that, but once you jump and you block the heat knuckle, like once you reach the ground after you have blocked that, you are perfectly open for a Karabuster. So I just don't understand how you can escape that situation.
Apparently you don't, you just deal with it.
Yeah, but you don't just get to take away like 1/3 of my health bar without an out for me.
Let's see if Senpuu can bring this back.
Breaking the wall. Like, too many flicks and Mega Fist. Ah, the beast is back! We're gonna have to face him again.
We must prepare. And a lovely podium screen here, I must say.
Yeah, it's just me having fun with the digital figures, you kicking the barrel. Reinart standing on top, as usual. Hashtag salt, hashtag...
Hashtag I guess you're our champion.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're just gonna have to get our shit together and just dethrone him once again.
Well, like you said, good games all round, most nail biting. BGF in a while.
Yeah. In a while. Like, since we have started, we never had a competition this close. So, I think we have reached a point where we can actually clearly state that the competition is getting to the point where I would say not very even, but it's almost like the tier list of the actual characters of Guilty Gear Strive. That you have like tiers, but you don't have like major differences between those characters. So everything is fairly balanced, and there's more like a matchup problem than an actual like character balance problem. That's why I see with us slowly forming, which is great.
Definitely. Like, this is the best way to improve. Just find a group and just have each other pull absolute bullshit against each other and just forcing each other to learn.
Yeah. So yeah, next week is gonna be all of us against Reinart once more, because you have not seen enough of that.
So join us next time where we beat the beast.
Well, he's not the beast yet, but we'll not let him get there. He's not gonna be the beast again. We'll see you next Monday, and the next Monday night rollback.
Oh yeah.